Last week, we finished the book of Shemot, saying the traditional words, Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek. Be strong, and let us fortify each other. Tomorrow, we read from a new book, Vaikra, when God calls Moses to talk about offerings, not a very vegetarian book. The book is called Vaikra, and he called, because that is the very first word of the book. Vaikra el Moshe veidaber Adonai elav. God calls Moses and tells him about the korbanot, the offerings. Korban comes from the verb karav, meaning to come near, to approach, to enter into, to draw near. Moses is called to be instructed and then to tell the people about how to safely get near to God. It is an entire book of ancient instructions of how to safely be close to God. As some of you may have noticed, during the last month, I took a leave from the work here to finish my dissertation work. During this time, I also didn't have classes at Lielbeck College. Therefore, I went home. Having learned from COVID times, I established a routine, daily morning prayers, and running every other day. I had 2 lists, to do and done, which helped me post my dissertation diary on my social media every day. That provided me a rhythm to the days and kept me from getting crazier than I already was with stress. I had my moments of procrastination, moments of inspiration, amazing Zoom conversations, and received tokens of love from all over the world during this month. There was a lot of work to do, so I entered what I called my dissertation bubble. Not in a beautiful cottage as once I dreamed about, but at my home in East Barnet. However, while in my bubble, I found out that I was in my own cave, looking at the world from a different perspective. And that reminded me of Plato and his allegory of the cave. In modern times, we don't see shadows reflected on the walls of our caves, but we read emails, posts, WhatsApp conversations, and we want to be part of it all. We miss all the things that are happening, the reality that we can connect only from afar, from what other people tell us about. However, if the philosopher, as explained by Socrates, is the one who understands that the shadows are not the reality and seeks for truth, the rabbinic student is trying to make sense of a subject and put it into words. In my case, I was alone in my study room thinking about sacred spaces, sacred times, and connections. Also drawing from COVID times, I remember the many sermons that I heard and I gave about how we would learn from the times we were quarantined and how we would be better people upon leaving our homes. Something similar to what I wrote in my own Dvar Torah for the Lielbeck College about Parashat Pekudei in the beginning of the month of March, about Hannah, my friend, and myself, as follows. I only hope for this to be a month when we go inside ourselves and experience the potential for change, renewing our purpose, measures, and qualities. That we emerge from March with greater strength to do our sacred jobs of building communities and also good dissertations to make us proud of our serious work. I reckon that, although we certainly didn't leave quarantine times better human beings than before, and I honestly left March a bit tired, I hope that at least I submitted a good dissertation. So maybe a better parable for this moment is the Midrash about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his son Rabbi Elazar, who hid in a cave when Roman authorities wanted to kill them. They stayed studying Torah for 12 years, just the two of them alone. When they were able to leave the cave, they didn't like what they saw. They were cross with people engaged with everyday life instead of studying Torah. And everything at which they directed their eyes would burn with their anger. God got upset with them and sent them back to the cave, where they stayed for another 12 months. This time, when they left the cave, they understood that the study they did was sufficient for them, and then they were able to see the beauty of the world, the beauty of creation. That connects us back to the Torah portion. With Vayikra, we understand that God is not in the shadows of the cave and not in the study of Torah alone, apart from others. God is in real life, in daily plowing and sowing, working the land, finding sustenance, taking care of creation. God is in the good and the bad things that we do, and especially how we deal with them. God is in community life, sharing meals, breaking bread together, praying together. Being close to God is being close to people. Each one of us can be strong, but we are better when we strengthen each other. Then we are able to hear God calling, Vayikra, to be cut off, near, to be in community, where our community is, and I feel blessed to be back at the LJS. May we be able to build sacred times together. May we hear the calling to be closer to our community and closer to God. Shabbat Shalom.